Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Marjorie. Today we're going to make a blueberry wreath. I got this adorable blueberry sign from Craft Outlet. And while it already has a hanger, I'm just going to go cut that off. And I'm going to use a couple cable mounts that I've gotten from Amazon. And forgive me as I struggle peeling that little piece off of there. But I'm going to take the plastic off and add a little drop of Gorilla Super Glue onto the mounts, and then I'll attach it to the sign. And then after I attach it to the sign, I'll go around the cable mounts and put a perimeter of Gorilla Hot Glue around it just for a little bit more security. Honestly, even sometimes I don't even put the super glue on there. Sometimes I just add the cable mounts to the sign, and then I just wrap it. I add a perimeter of the hot glue around it. To me, Gorilla Glue is my glue of choice. So, and then once I do that, I'll just put it aside and let it dry. I like to try to do this first if I can remember, just because it allows me time to let it dry. So here I've got my wreath frame, and I got the arrows pointing at the crossbars, and that's basically, I'm trying to show you where the sections are, and there's 6 sections in a 14-inch wreath frame from the Dollar Tree. In the outer 2 rungs, I attach 2 pipe cleaners, and in the inner 2 rings of the section, I attach 1 in the middle. And so there's 3 pipe cleaners in each section, a total of 18 pipe cleaners for this wreath frame. Next, here I've got this beautiful mesh from Craft Outlet, and it's just a blue and white plaid, excuse me. And I just put them on top of each other and cut it with the scissors. These are a little bit thinner, so I went ahead and cut them at 40 inches. And then I'm just using the cruffle method here, and I go ahead and do the curl method, curl it in 3 times, flip it around, curl it in another 3 times on the opposite end, and then I do the ruffle method in the middle, where I walk my fingers up the mesh. And I'll show that here one more time in slower motion. Now, as I said, this mesh was a little bit thinner, so that's why I cut it at the 40 inches, where typically I cut it at 30 inches, and then I'll add a 10-inch curl to each of the pipe cleaners, but not with this one. It was just it was really thin, so, and it stuck to itself a lot. Here I have my 2.5 inch blueberry ribbon that's from Craft Outlet, cut at 14 inches, and I dovetailed both ends. I pinch in the middle and I actually just curl the ends, and then I put it into a V shape and attach it into my pipe cleaner. Now I do have a 1.5 inch ribbon, and I cut one end at an angle. Actually, both ends are cut at an angle just because I thought I was going to attach it one way and decided not to. So what I did is I actually created a loop of about 2.5 inches and left one tail. And I add that right on top of the pipe cleaner and secure it in with the pipe cleaner, and then I trim the excess pipe cleaner off. So here I am folding it in the half to find the center, pinching it, gathering it, and then curling the ends, creating the V shape and adding it right on top of the pipe cleaner. Then I take my 1.5 inch on one end, I fold it over to make roughly a 2.5 inch, pinch it in the middle, and attach it right on top of that pipe cleaner. I give it a good couple of twists in the front, and then I take the pipe cleaners and I run it around in the back and give it a good couple of twists, trim the excess off, and then I'm able to fluff up that loop and it hides the pipe cleaner. So once I had all of my ribbon tails in, then I had these faux blueberries that I got from Craft Outlet, and I just trim the edge and add a good amount of hot glue on there, and I glue it right into the center of the tails in each one of the outside pipe cleaners. And then I add my sign in. And then here I actually make 2 bows, but I only show you how to make the bow just for one. And I do 8-inch tails on all of the loops and all the tails for the different ribbons. And I start off with my normal 6-inch loops, and as I add more ribbon to the bow, I go down a little bit in size, from about 6 to 5.5 to 5 until I create the amount of loops and tails that I'd like. So after I trimmed the ends of the tails with the dovetails or the cuts to the angles, I go ahead and attach it with attach a pipe cleaner onto it, and make sure it's all nice and snug in the pipe cleaner, and then I add it into my wreath. And then here I am just fluffing out all the loops and the bows. And then what I decided to do here is I chose to take some of the Walmart boxwood, cut it into pieces, and just glue little bits here and there into both of the bows. And I really like the outcome of it. So you'll see it here in just a minute. I didn't use too much. I think I probably may have used 1 bushel of the boxwood greenery. But here is the final reveal of the wreath. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the wreath. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a very blessed week.